Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to show you a little bit about modifying your selections, just doing some of the things that yeah, you might want to do to your selections to help it move along and all that stuff. So I'm going to start off using the magic wand tool. What I want to do, I'm going to explain to you right now. What I want to do is I want to take this water that's just before that little break wall. Yikes, already made my first selection. I want to take this water that's down in front here and I want to darken it up a little bit. I think it's just lacking a little bit of zippity-doo-dah. All right, so anyways, as you can see, I've already clicked once in the water somewhere and I got a selection. There you go, and it had a tolerance setting of 32. Nothing's changed from the last time I used this tool. All right, so now as you can see, I did not have the contiguous selection turned on, so I had that turned off and I got stuff all over the place. So let me just undo that and see what contiguous will do for me. Okay, so that holds things closer to home, I guess you could say, rather than having me go up over into these other areas there. So now what I want to do is I want to go under the select menu, and you know that there's a whole pile of different things that we can do in here. Okay, we could select all, which would be putting marching ants around the whole document. We can deselect our image, and we can or deselect our selection, and then we can inverse. In other words, whatever we have selected, we can reverse that selection. All right. We can make a selection based on color range, and I'm going to have a separate video on that really soon. And then the next thing is refine edge, and I'm going to have another video. That's another one of the lectures in this module is working with that. You've seen me work with modify, and you've seen me work with the feather value. All right, and everybody understands that you want to create some kind of a soft, just a little soft transitional edge between what is selected and what is not selected. All right, but what if you had a selection where you had this bizarre shape or whatever it was, and you were just getting a little bit of that anti-aliasing along the edges and you didn't want it? Well, you can always come in here and you can contract your selection. If you can contract your selection or choose to, you get this little dialog box that says by how many pixels. I don't want to contract my selection, so I'm going to cancel out of that. All right, and the opposite of that is to expand your selection. All right, so we click on that. It says by how many pixels do you want to expand your selection. Next thing down here is we can actually smooth out our selection, and I think I've already done that. And you click on this, and you're asked, how many pixels do you want to smooth things out by? And you never know, I may want to do that on this one. I'm not 100% sure. And then there is this thing called creating a border, and that's just bizarre. Maybe I'll have time to show you later on what it is. I don't use it very much. I don't know that many people that do. But I do want to talk about these guys down here, grow and similar. All right, so what I want to do now is take a look at these two guys. There's no value, it's just default. But if you look at your image, you look at your selection, and you say, okay, do I want similar, do I want it to expand out based on the similarity of pixels close to it, or do I want it to grow first? So I'm going to try the grow first and see, and you can see that things grew out, all right, from there. So I'm going to give that another shot and see how well we do, and you can see that we've got right up to the bricks, and we've got some of the bricks or stones, whatever you want to call them. Now if I wanted to try similar, all right, it just went all over the place. So I have to undo that and step back or undo similar so I don't have that. So it doesn't work in this case, but the grow certainly did. Now it's missing some of the little pieces, and I don't think I can actually do another grow, because if I did, I'll end up going more into the brick and stone and all that kind of stuff. So with one click we selected some water, and then with 2, possibly 3 grow clicks, we were able to expand what we had going on there. Now I just hold down the shift key, and I'm just going to come in here and add, as an example, add this stuff. And I got to take some stuff away, so there you go. We'll see what that does. Yikes! All right, and we're going to come in here, up and along, and through there. see what we get. All right, I got to take something out of there, and I got to take some other stuff out of there. So I'm going to hold down the Option key. I'm going to come in here and take that away. To start with, I don't want anything to do with the rocks that are sticking out of the water, so I'm going to do that. Come down here, get that, get some of this stuff, and then I'm just going to come in here and add some of this other stuff, and we're going to come in and get that. Alright, got that. Need to take away some of that stuff. Need to add so I got that. Oh, what the heck, add that. Come in here, get that. Get a little bit up in there. And get a little bit of this. Get a little bit of that. What the heck? You know, no point in leaving some of these guys out. And a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of that. No, that's good enough. Alright, so now I've got that selection going on. I'm going to come up under the modify and I'm going to feather that. And I'm going to feather this, maybe this time I'm just going to give it a 2 pixel feather. You can see that some of my selections reduce themselves. I'm just going to come in here and grab that guy. And then what I'm going to do is take a look at this and say, you know, it's pretty darn good. I'm going to bring up the levels dialog box and I'm going to just darken my water. Isn't that cool? Oh, that is so much better. Absolutely. Fantastic. That's beautiful. Looks great. Love it. Go under the select menu, choose deselect, and there we have it. I've been able to make this. This just makes the image look so much better. I'm just speechless. Actually, I'm not because I'm still talking. So anyways, there you go. We'll have to take a look at the color range and the refine mask in the next movies.